Good morning. This is XPulse AI Morning Mix. It's Thursday, March 12th. Today, OpenAI takes a swing at prompt injection with instruction hierarchy training, Meta rolls out new in-house AI chips, and Yann LeCun goes all in on world models with a huge raise. I've got Orion with me. Ready?
Ready. Let's jump in.
First up, OpenAI is tackling prompt injection at the training level. What did they publish?
On March 10th, OpenAI published research introducing IH Challenge, a dataset to train models to follow instruction hierarchy, system over developer over user over tools. OpenAI says models trained on these tasks become more robust to prompt injection, including attacks hidden in tool outputs or retrieved web content.
So this is rank the instructions, not just filter the output, right?
Exactly. Instead of only sanitizing inputs or post-processing answers, it teaches the model a core habit: treat lower trust text as potentially hostile. If a web page says ignore previous instructions, the model should recognize it as untrusted and refuse to override higher-level rules.
Does it change how people should build agent workflows?
It nudges teams to be explicit about trust boundaries. If your agent uses tools, retrieval, or emails, you want the model to consistently privilege the system and developer policies, even when the tool output is persuasive. It's like giving the model a spine. Finally,
Staying with infrastructure, Reuters says Meta just unveiled more custom silicon.
yes. On March 11th, Reuters reported debuted 4 new in-house AI chips in its MTIA family, positioning them as key to supporting growing AI workloads across Meta's data center fleet, while still buying chips from major external suppliers.
Why does this matter beyond Meta's own CapEx story?
Custom chips are leverage. They can reduce cost per inference, tailor performance for Meta's specific models, and hedge supply constraints. It also signals the GPU-only era is evolving into a mixed fleet, GPUs plus in-house accelerators, depending on workload.
Now to one of the spiciest interviews of the week, Wired, on Yann LeCun and his new startup.
On March 10th, Wired profiled Yann LeCun around his new Paris-based startup, Advanced Machine Intelligence, AMI. The story says AMI raised more than $1 billion and is valued around $3.5 billion. LeCun argues scaling large language models to human-level intelligence is, quote, complete nonsense.
What is he proposing instead? What are world models in plain terms?
A world model is an internal model of how the world works, grounded with memory and planning so it can predict outcomes and act reliably. The pitch is, language alone is not enough. You need systems that learn causal structure and can be controlled, especially in physical domains like robotics or manufacturing.
Is this a philosophical debate or a product strategy?
Both. Philosophically, it's a direct challenge to just scale it. Strategically, it points to industry partnerships, manufacturing, biomedical, robotics, where you can prove value with systems that plan and simulate, not just chat. Also, AMI's footprint is global: Paris, Montreal, Singapore, New York.
And the subtext is fundraising follows narratives.
Right. $1 billion plus says investors want credible alternatives to pure LLM scaling. It doesn't mean LLMs stop improving, but it's a bet that the next step looks more like models that can think in a world, not just autocomplete the internet.
Policy twist now. Reuters has an update on the Pentagon and Anthropic.
On March 11th, Reuters reported an internal Pentagon memo says senior leaders may continue using Anthropic's AI tools past a previously announced 6-month phase-out if the use is deemed critical to national security. This comes after Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth labeled Anthropic a supply chain risk and banned its use by the Pentagon and contractors.
So the ban isn't exactly a ban.
It's a ban with an escape hatch. The memo describes a contractor notification and certification process tied to a 180-day deadline. Practically, it means programs already relying on these tools can argue mission-critical need, while leadership figures out longer-term vendor and risk posture.
What does that do to the broader frontier model competition?
Government use is becoming a procurement chessboard. Security claims, supply chain narratives, and guardrail disputes can swing contracts. And once an agency standardizes on a model, it's sticky. That's why every vendor cares.
Big funding news. TechCrunch says Mind Robotics just pulled in a massive Series A.
Yes. On March 11th, TechCrunch reported Mind Robotics, an industrial robotics lab spun out of Rivian, raised a $500 million Series A, co-led by Excel and Andreessen Horowitz. The report says it follows a $115 million seed led by Eclipse in late 2025, and the Wall Street Journal pegged valuation around $2 billion.
For people who haven't tracked them, what does Mind Robotics actually do?
They're positioned as an industrial robotics lab. Think autonomous systems for real-world work, manipulation, mobility, and coordination in warehouses, factories, and other structured environments. The Rivian origin hints at strong engineering talent and a bias towards systems that survive messy physical constraints.
500 million for robots is not subtle.
Not subtle at all. My inbox felt underfunded just reading it. But it matches the thesis that AI's next major value wave is embodied: sensors, actuators, and autonomy that turn model capability into real throughput.
What should listeners watch for next? Hardware, customers, or models?
Customers and deployment. The hard part isn't demos, it's uptime, safety, and economics. If they land Lighthouse Industrial Partners and show reliability at scale, that valuation will make more sense fast.
All right, let's do a rapid set of headlines. Orion, you've got the wheel.
On March 11th, OpenAI published agent security guidance to resist prompt injection, including a safe URL mitigation. On March 10th, Bloomberg reported TSMC said January to February sales were up about 30%, with AI demand strong. On March 11th, Ramp's AI index said Anthropic business adoption rose to 24.4%.
Keep going. What else should we clock today?
On March 11th, Network World cited a Rational FX report saying tech layoffs surpassed 45,000 so far in 2026 as companies restructure around AI and automation. On March 10th, CSIS warned the U.S. data center build-out is tightly tied to imported GPUs. And on March 10th, TechCrunch reported AgentMail raised a $6 million seed led by General Catalyst.
That AgentMail one, email built for agents, because our inboxes needed roommates.
Exactly. If agents start operating in email, security and identity become the product, not just another interface.
To wrap it up, OpenAI is pushing instruction hierarchy training to blunt prompt injection, Meta's doubling down on custom chips, and LeCun's AMI is betting big money on world models over pure scaling. The theme is control of instructions, silicon, and systems that act.
And the practical through line is trust boundaries. Whether it's tool output, supply chains, or agent actions, the winners will be the ones who can prove reliability, not just capability.
That's XPulse AI Morning Mix. If this helped you stay sharp, send it to a friend or coworker who lives in docs, tabs, and meetings. I'm Iris. Thanks for listening, and we'll catch you tomorrow.